In the high-performance theater of human existence, the most sophisticated tool at your disposal is not an external asset or a market advantage, but the quality of your attention. Attention is the spearhead of imagining, the directive wand of the chief executive of consciousness that determines which possibilities harden into fact and which remain mere shadows. As the master of your own mental estate, you are not a tenant to the brain, but its sovereign landlord, and your free will lies almost exclusively in your power to choose what you attend to. To understand the power of attention, consider the analogy of a high-end photographic camera. In a world overflowing with data, your mind acts as the lens. Most people live in a crazy blur because they fail to hold their focus. They think of health for a moment, then immediately switch their attention to a news report on disease. They think of prosperity, then pivot to the reflective glass of a disappointing bank statement. Effective creation requires clarity and interest, the two poles of a mental equivalent. Clarity: you must define your success with a distinct, sharp, and wiry outline. A vague desire for more business is non-executable. A specific vision of a signed contract is a directive. Interest: cold intellectual ideas are dead until they are vitalized by interest, which the masters call feeling or warmth. When you love the state you are imagining, your attention becomes a magnetic current that attracts its physical counterpart. Our environment may remain identical, yet we experience different worlds based on our focus. Consider two professionals in the same corporate environment. One focuses on competition, betrayal, and the jinx of bad luck. Their attention establishing deep grooves of failure in the subconscious, which then faithfully reproduces obstacles and last-minute cancellations. Contrast this with the executive who masters empathy and selective focus. A salesman, stagnant for 10 years, blamed his manager's coldness for his lack of promotion. He realized his inner speech was a rehearsal of vilification. By shifting his attention away from his boss's faults to a mental movie of being congratulated for excellence, he impregnated his subconscious with a new blueprint. Within weeks, he was promoted to division manager. Many professionals sabotage their vitality by engaging in old-fashioned chats, conversations saturated with loss, lack, and sickness. To protect your trajectory, you must pivot to new-fashioned chats, directing attention only to what you wish to experience. The ultimate shift in the science of being is moving from thinking of a goal to thinking from its fulfillment. Thinking of abundance is a confession of lack. Thinking from abundance is imaginative occupancy. For a modern leader, this means immobilizing the senses. Spiritual sensation: using your imaginal senses to touch the reality you desire. And persistence: maintain this mood until it becomes your natural state. Once your attention is anchored in the wish fulfilled, you initiate a bridge of incident, a sequence of events that leads you inevitably to your goal. You are the architect of your destiny because your world is a magnified mirror of what you are conscious of being. If you focus on giants' problems, you become a grasshopper in your own sight. But by turning the great wheel backward through revisionary writing, disappointing reports, or failed meetings in your imagination until they feel successful, you repeal the past and command the future. By mastering your attention, you transition from reacting to the world to creating it. Your attention is the currency of the universe. Spend it wisely and your lifestyle will transform into a world of the wondrous.